Okay, we are recording and we're looking at how to be able to rotate a shape, okay, around a point other than the origin. And so there's 3 steps that we have to do in order for this to take place. So, step 1, we have to create a vector from this POR is point of rotation. We have to create a point of rotation from that point to the points of the pre-image. Okay, so step 1, create a vector from the point of rotation to points of the pre-image. Now step 2. Okay, we're going to apply the rotation rules that are up there on the board, okay, where at 90 degrees counterclockwise, 180 degrees, and 270 counterclockwise. We have to apply the rotation rules from section 3, what we did yesterday, from section 3 to each vector. So we're going to create a vector, then we're going to apply the rules that we have set in place, okay? And now, step 3, there we go. Step 3, we have to take the new vectors that we create, okay? So we're going to create a vector, apply the rule, get a new vector, and with that new vector, combine each with the point of rotation. Okay? Combine each new vector with the point of rotation to get our image. Okay? That could actually be the in here. To get the image. This is the W prime, X prime, Y prime, Z prime. Okay? To get the image. All right, so now let's take a look at problem 1. Okay, problem 1 in homework 9-4. Now, this is a conceptual type of action. Once you get it, a lot of people just start working ahead. Okay? For others, it may take a little bit. But once they get it, again, you just start blazing ahead. Okay? So, if this starts really clicking with you, you have my complete permission to work ahead. Okay? But if you're on 3 and we're still on 1, okay, give me a second to get down to 3. Or you can go over and check your answer, walk around the room, check your answer on the Elmo. Okay. So our first step, let's go back to the steps that we just created. Our first step is that we have to create a vector from our point of rotation, okay, to each of our pre-images. It's back there on my desk. So I have from 4-1 to 6-8. Okay, how far did I have to go to the left or to the right to go from 4 to 6? To the right, so it's going to be positive 2. All right, to go from 1 to 8, did I go up or down? To go from 1 to 8, I went up, right? So I went up 7. Okay? So that's my vector from the point of rotation to A. That's why it's got the vector PA. The vector peanut butter. All right? From 4 to 10. Did I go to the left or to the right?
Right.
To the right, so it's a positive 6. To go from 1 to 9.
Right.
I went up. Okay, when it's Y, we go up or down. I went up 8, so it's a positive 8. To go from 4 to 9, did I go to the left or to the right? To the right, I went to the right 5. From 1 to 3, did I go up or down? Up, how far? 2. So I have 5 and 2. Then PD. Okay? I went from 4 to 5. So what happened? I went up to the right. I went to the right 1. From 1 to 2. Up 1. So I have a positive 1. So, any questions on how I got those 4 vectors? Everybody good? Okay? Now, I have to apply the rules from yesterday to these vectors to get our new vector. So, our rule at 90 degrees counterclockwise, and I want everybody to write this in this section right here. I want you to write parenthesis, okay, negative y, comma, x, parenthesis. Okay, so negative y, x. So now, when I apply negative y, x to this right here, okay, so my y changes its sign and becomes the x, negative 7. My x stays the same and becomes the y, negative 7, 2. All right? So now, to go negative yx, okay, my y changes its sign and becomes the x. My 6 stays the same, becomes the y. We good? All right? 5, okay, changes, stays the same and becomes the y. 2 changes its sign, becomes the x. 1 changes its sign, becomes the x. 1 stays the same, becomes the y. So everybody good on how to go from the vectors, applying the rule? We good so far? All right, so now here's where the actual math part comes into play. Okay? We counted basically here, so that's math, okay? We counted. All right? And then we applied a rule, all right, which, again, just making sure you apply the rule correctly. So now I have to apply this vector, and if you go back to your notes, we're applying the vector to the point of rotation. So I have negative 7 plus 4 is negative 3. This is the math. Negative 7 plus 4, negative 3. 2 plus 1, 3.
So would you do that to all?
Do it to all of them.
All
The 4, 1.
Yes, with the 4, 1.
So you're, okay.
Yeah. So you're taking all of your vectors, applying them to, okay, the point of rotation, and getting your new image. Okay? So this is now negative 4 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 2. Does everybody get it?
Yes.
Any thumbs down? Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is switch and let you look at what the looks like graphed. Okay? That's what it looks like graphed. To where I have A, B, C, and D. Okay? My point of rotation. All right? And then A, B, C, and D. Because this went 90 degrees counterclockwise. Now, if I can, may I borrow your pencil there, Gracie? All right. So, if I draw from that point to that point, okay, it makes a perfect, not circle, look at where my hands are. It makes a perfect right angle. How many degrees are a right angle?
90.
90. So therefore, we have rotated 90 degrees from this point, okay, and we rotated this image to that image. Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms, or critiques? All right. Question 2. Okay. Question 2. Again, the math part isn't hard, and if you catch on to the concept, feel free to take off. All right. So now, let's take a look at when we have 180 degrees. All right, we have 180 degrees. So, I make my vector from this to this. Okay? So I went, now we've got some negatives thrown in here, so we really got to think. When I move across the x-axis from 2 to -3, do I move to the right or to the left?
To the left.
To the left, okay? So I move to the left, how many spots? 5. So -5. From -3 to -4, did I go up the graph or down? Up the graph or down from -3 to -4?
Damn.
Down. So that's going to be -5, -1.
See.
Okay, point X. From 2 to 0. I went to the left or to the right 2?
Left.
To the left 2, so it's -2. From -3 to -5, up or down?
Damn.
Down, -2. Okay, then the vector from N to Y. 2 to -2. Did I go to the right 4 or to the left 4? To the left 4. All right? From -3 to -11.
Negative
8, went down 8. From 2 to -5.
negative 3.
Nope. 2 to -5.
Negative 7.
-7.
Teachers, please pardon the interruption, but all seniors, with the exception of Megan Bork, Taylor Lewis, and Cody LeCompte, should be back in class.
All right. So, I have 2 to -5, -7, from -3 to -10. How far over? -7. Okay? It went down 7. So now, here's my vectors. I need to apply the rule of when I'm rotating at 180 degrees, which in this area here, I want you to put parenthesis, -x, comma, -y, parenthesis. And the only thing you're doing is changing all your signs. Okay, so this is going from -5, -1 to 5, 1. -2, -2 to 2, 2. 2, 2. All right. Sorry. -4, -8 to 4 and 8. -7, -7 to 7 and 7.
Gotcha.
Okay? So everybody good there?
Yes.
So now, what do I do with each of these vectors?
Plot.
Yeah, I've got to combine them with what? Yeah, with 2, -3. So, I'll just do the first one. 5 plus 2, 7. 1 minus 3, -2. All right?
Hold
And it works that way all the way down.
on. I got lost on that.
Okay. I have my new vector.
Right.
I combine it with my point of rotation.
Right.
So 5 plus 2, 7. 1 minus 3, -2.
I got you.
Got it now? Okay, and so then I just apply, okay, all the way down to get my image, my W prime, X prime, Y prime, Z prime. All right, any questions on that? Okay, stop me if I need to. Okay, if not, then let's go to number 3. And this will be our last example because this shows every single possible one you can see. Okay? And we're looking at 3. Okay? All right. Okay? So, first spot. Okay? I have to create my vector. So here are all my vectors. Okay, going from here
Dakota
to
Pickett, come to the office, please. Dakota Pickett, come to the office.
from here to here, -8. From -4 to -3, 1. From -5 to -7, -2. -4 to 3, I moved to the right, 7. -5 to -6, I went down 1, so -1. -4 to -2, I went up 2. Okay, so now here's the rule to apply for 270 degrees counterclockwise. Now, one of the things that I didn't mention about the previous one, when we were at 90 degrees counterclockwise, what is 270 degrees counterclockwise equal to? 90 degrees clockwise. Okay? So therefore, in our previous problem, where we had 90 degrees counterclockwise, it's the same as 270 degrees clockwise. All right, so vector CP. All right, vector CP. So we've got this, got that, got that. So now the rule we're applying is y negative x. Okay, so my y becomes my x. My y becomes my x, bless you. And then my x changes its sign and becomes my y. My x changes its sign, becomes my y. My x changes its sign, becomes my y. So now, here are my vectors. Here's what they're changed to based on our rule. And so now, what do we take these vectors, what do we do with them? What do we do with these 3 new vectors? Yes, we combine, add, however you want to say, to this -5, -4. Because since that's our point of rotation, what we have done is that we created a vector, okay, with 1 point. And since we created that vector, if we apply our rules, now that new vector will put that point 270 degrees counterclockwise. So that's where this comes to -4 and 4, 7 and 2 with -5, -4, 2 and -2, 2 and 1 to here, -3, -3. Any questions?
Oh.
You're fine. You can take it. Okay? Any questions on that? All right.